When people think about space exploration, they imagine astronauts walking on the moon, giant rockets shaking the Earth, and breathtaking images from deep space. But what if I told you that the organization behind those historic moments was born during one of the most dangerous, intense periods in human history? A time when the United States feared it was falling behind its biggest rival. And the shocking event that triggered NASA's rise came from a tiny metal ball flying silently above Earth. Stay with me until the end, because the story of NASA is far more intense, competitive, and inspiring than most people realize. Back in the 1950s, the world was locked in the Cold War. The United States and the Soviet Union were competing for global dominance, not just with weapons and armies, but with technology and science. Then, in 1957, everything changed overnight. The Soviet Union launched Sputnik 1, the first artificial satellite ever sent into space. It was small, simple, and only transmitted radio beeps. But to Americans, those beeps sounded like a warning siren from the future. Suddenly, the U.S. realized the Soviets had achieved something no nation had done before. If they could launch a satellite into orbit, people feared they could also launch nuclear missiles across the globe. Panic spread across America. Newspapers called it the Sputnik crisis. Parents worried their children were falling behind in science and technology. Politicians demanded action. The United States needed an organization powerful enough to win the space race. And that's exactly how NASA was born. In 1958, President Dwight D. Eisenhower officially created the National Aeronautics and Space Administration, better known as NASA. Unlike military agencies, NASA focused on peaceful exploration, scientific discovery, and pushing humanity beyond Earth's limits. At first, NASA faced enormous challenges. The Soviet Union kept winning early victories in space. They sent the first man, Yuri Gagarin, into orbit before America could even catch up. The pressure on NASA was intense. The world was watching every launch, every failure, and every explosion. But NASA refused to give up. The turning point came in 1961, when President John F. Kennedy made one of the boldest promises in American history. He declared that the United States would send a man to the moon and bring him safely back before the end of the decade. At that moment, many experts thought it was impossible. NASA engineers worked day and night. Thousands of scientists, mathematicians, and astronauts joined the mission. Massive rockets were built. Dangerous tests were conducted. Some missions failed and lives were tragically lost. But every setback pushed NASA forward. Then came July 20th, 1969. Millions of people around the world sat glued to their television screens as Apollo 11 approached the moon. When Neil Armstrong stepped onto the lunar surface and said, "That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind," history changed forever. NASA had done what once seemed impossible, but NASA's story didn't end with the moon landing. Over the decades, NASA launched space shuttles, built partnerships with other nations, explored Mars, and sent powerful telescopes deep into space. The Hubble Space Telescope revealed breathtaking galaxies billions of light years away. Mars rovers searched for signs of ancient life. And today, NASA is preparing for future missions that could eventually send humans to Mars. What makes NASA truly remarkable is that its rise wasn't just about rockets. It was about human determination. It proved that fear and competition could be transformed into innovation and discovery. And even now, NASA continues inspiring millions of people across the United States, the UK, and the entire world to dream bigger than ever before. But here's the big question. If you had the chance to join one NASA mission, would you rather explore the moon again or become one of the first humans to travel to Mars? Let me know your answer in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more incredible stories about history, science, and the mysteries of our universe.